Good evening. My name is Brett Schroetlin. I'm the sheriff in Grand County, Colorado. On Wednesday evening, the East Troublesome fire blew up by over 100,000 acres in a single evening and night. A catastrophic event in our small community, affecting the towns of Grand Lake and subsequent subdivisions in northern Grand County, including Rocky Mountain National Park. As the fire blossomed, our emergency responders immediately responded to the area to continue their evacuation efforts, but were met with a fire front that forced many responders from the area while they continued to return several times to perform evacuation operations. On that this evening, we received a report of an elderly couple in a home just outside of the town of Grand Lake. This couple had been contacted and had actually refused to evacuate, wanting to stay with their house that they've had for many years in their family. On Friday afternoon today, investigators with the Grand County Sheriff's Office and our partner agencies were able to locate the bodies of Mr. and Mrs. Lyle and Marilyn Hileman, age 86 and 84, inside their residence that was completely burned just outside of the town of Grand Lake. Over the past couple days, I have worked with the Hileman family while they waited for the answers they really didn't want to hear, but they knew were a reality. I spoke to their son Glenn many times. Him and I talked about what had occurred, what the probabilities were, ultimately knowing the bad news that lied ahead. On Friday afternoon, Sheriff's Office investigators, along with the Grand County Coroner's Office, removed the bodies of Mr. and Mrs. Hileman from their residence just outside of Grand Lake. The family has prepared a statement which I'm prepared to read as follows. Our parents, Lyle and Marilyn Hileman, loved Grand Lake. Married at a young age, they honeymooned in the area in 1952. Years later, they would buy the property adjacent to Rocky Mountain National Park. The property became a lifelong mission to create, quote, heaven on earth, to which family, friends, and strangers who quickly became friends would be drawn. On Wednesday evening, several friends contacted them with offers of support in the evacuation. Their friend, Richard Klein, along with safety officials, drove through roadblocks in an effort to rescue the Hilemans. All offers to leave were refused. At 86 and 84 years of age, they would only desire was to be together in the home they loved. In the spring of 2020, they sold the property to their son Glenn, with hopes of staying there as long as physically possible. On the evening of October 21st, they called Glenn with news, quote, it happened. When pressed, they then shared the fire had began in the fields, barns, and adjacent homes. They were calm, resolute, and adamant. They would not leave. They asked Glenn to call his siblings and let them know that they were in their basement in an area they felt safe. Prior to hanging up the phone, Marilyn confirmed they smelled smoke. After contacting all of his siblings, Glenn attempted to contact his parents again, but there was no answer. It would be late Thursday before confirmation would come that the house was destroyed, but our family feels comfort in the knowledge our parents left this world together and on their own terms. They leave a legacy of hard work and determination to overcome, something of all Grand County will need. Our family looks forward to continuing their legacy on the property and working shoulder to shoulder with our neighbors in rebuilding and restoring the sacred part of God's world. This is from Glenn, Lyle, Wayne, Sherry, and Kim. First and foremost, as the Grand County Sheriff, and on behalf of Grand County, to the Hileman family, I'm extremely sorry for your loss. Every family is important, and your family is just as important. Please know that our rescuers and responders, your friends, family, and neighbors did everything possible this evening to save your family. In conclusion, Grand County will remain strong. We are just beginning to assess properties within this area, and we'll continue to do that over the next upcoming days. It is my great privilege as your sheriff to let you know that at this point we have no other missing persons on file from this incident. Thank you and good night.